Have you ever wondered what true, unified worship really looks like? Well, today we're diving deep into a single, powerful verse from the book of Revelation that paints one of the most incredible pictures of that very thing. We're going to break it down piece by piece to uncover its amazing meaning. But first, to really set the stage, let's start with this declaration from First Chronicles. This isn't just beautiful poetry. It's a foundational statement about God's nature that really frames everything we're about to see. This feeling of greatness, power, and glory, that's the very atmosphere of the scene we're about to step into. Okay, so with that sense of majesty in mind, we're going to step right into the throne room of heaven. This isn't just some story, it's a vision, a powerful glimpse into a cosmic reality of praise. Our focus today is Revelation chapter 7, verse 11. We're going to approach this almost like a cinematic scene, deconstructing it to understand every character, every single action, and the incredible meaning behind it all. So, here it is, the verse at the heart of our explainer. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped God. Wow, right? There is just so much packed into these few lines. So to really get a handle on this scene, the first thing we need to ask is, who's actually here? The verse names three distinct groups all gathered around the throne, so let's meet each one. First up, we have the angels. The Greek word is angelai, which simply means messengers. But they aren't just a crowd, they represent the entirety of the heavens, a celestial host standing right there in God's immediate presence. Next, we see the elders. The word here is presbyteros, and you can probably hear our modern word presbyter in there. These figures are understood to be the representatives of the redeemed church, symbolizing its leadership and its rightful place in this heavenly government. And finally, we have the four living creatures, or zoon in the Greek. These are mysterious symbolic beings, and they're seen as representing the word of salvation itself, the living, active message of the gospel. And this right here is the key to understanding the whole scene. It's not three separate groups doing their own thing. The heavens, the church, and the word are gathered as one unified assembly with a single, intense focus, the throne. Okay, so now we know who is there. Let's look at what they are doing. The verse describes a very specific sequence of actions, a kind of physical choreography of worship, and it's absolutely fascinating. You have to picture the progression here. First, they're all standing, encircling the throne. Then, completely overcome by the presence of God, they fall down. And this isn't just a casual kneel. They are face down on the ground in a posture of total surrender. It's only from this position that they begin to worship. And that word, worshipped, it is so much richer in the original Greek. The word is proskuneo. It literally means to bow down, but it carries this beautiful metaphorical idea of kissing towards someone. It's this profound act of deep reverence, submission, and adoration. So you see what's happening, right? The physical posture that's described in the verse perfectly matches the meaning of the word being used. This is not just some gesture of polite respect, it's a full-bodied declaration of God's supreme worth, an act of complete and total submission and honor. All right, so let's zoom the camera back out. We've seen the who and the how, but what's the big takeaway? What does this incredible portrait of unified worship truly signify for us? Well, this scene reveals a profound truth. Heaven, the church, and the word are totally united as one before God. Their collective worship is this powerful acknowledgement of Jesus' atoning work, his sacrifice that makes it possible for us to be reconciled to God. And because of that act, believers now have direct access to the Father, with the church as the body and Jesus as the head, working in perfect harmony. And, Scripture backs this up so beautifully. Ephesians tells us that Christ is the head over all things to the church, which is his body. That same unity we see happening in the throne room is the intended reality for believers right here, right now. And that brings us to what might be the most important part of all of this. This vision, it isn't just a fascinating glimpse into some future reality. No, it's a present truth with a direct invitation for every single one of us. Think about it. Because of that reconciliation, that atonement, that the entire heavenly assembly is celebrating, that throne room is not some distant, inaccessible place. It's an open invitation. For believers, access has already been granted. The writer of Hebrews makes this crystal clear. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace. We are invited to approach that very same throne, not with fear, but with confidence, to find mercy and grace. We're invited to join in the worship. And so that leaves us with a final question to really reflect on. After seeing the absolute reverence, the total face-down surrender of the angels, the elders, and the living creatures, what does it truly mean for us, right here and now, to approach that very same throne with boldness?